Hi, this is Josh Soy from Ridge Tool Company. This is part 2 of the CS1000 training video series. And in this video I'm going to cover real quick the heads-up display, or what you see around the borders of your CS1000 display, as well as the keypads. Starting in the lower left, you have two indicators for batteries. Since the CS1000 takes two batteries, you need to have an indication of how much battery life is in each of those batteries. And those batteries can be hot swapped. While one of them is full and running, you could take off a dead battery, put a new one in there, so you never have to interrupt the inspection. Next to those batteries, you will see the time and the date. If you look at video 1 in the series that I had shot, you can see how to change that video date and timestamp. And right next to that, you're going to see a status bar. A lot of the time you're going to see that it's showing how much disk space is remaining as you're recording. It will also tell you about any major events, like if you start a new job or if you closed a new job, or anything that you need to be notified of will show up in that pane. To the right of that, you're going to see your count data. And you'll notice the count is not overlaid by default on the video, but it's actually stored in the video information, so that if you import it into CSnake HQ or take it up to Connect or anywhere online, that you will be able to see what the count was when snapshots were taken or when the video was taken. Along the right side, you're going to see some icons that correspond to the keypad. And at the very top you see a snapshot, and that will light up when you actually take a picture, just giving you a visual indication. You'll also see an image come up on the screen after you've taken a snapshot. The video is just the same. If you hit the video button, it's going to light up, and it will stay lit up until you hit the video button again, ending your video. Underneath is auto log. I'll go through a better explanation of auto log when we go through the recording section, but that's basically another way of doing video recording. Underneath that is a microphone icon. When the microphone icon is lit up yellow, that means you are recording everything that you're saying through the microphone on the top of the CS1000. When it's off, it'll have a line through it, and that's basically like muting it. There's also an indicator right under that for the sound. So when the sound is running, that will be lit up. If the sound is off, it will be gray, just like you're seeing in the screen. The flip screen, there actually is flip screen in the CS1000. You'll notice that it flips 180 degrees, and then underneath that you will see a job folder, and I'll go through more of an explanation of how the concept of jobs work and how that increments and decrements, and you can tell when you're actually working on one job or continuing a different job that you've done in the past. Okay, let's move real quickly to the keypad itself. You can find this information in the manual, but I figured I would go over it very quickly in the video as well. In the upper left-hand corner, you have your snapshot button. This just takes a JPEG of whatever is on the screen. Underneath that, you will have the video button, and there will be a little red LED that will light up when you actually hit that LED button, or the video button. As soon as you push it again, it will shut it off. Under that is the auto log button, or the star button. When you hit that, it starts recording. When you hit it again, it stops. Now right at the top next to the snapshot button, you have a pencil. And this is just a snapshot that allows you to take notes about that observation right away. And I'll get into the details of that when we get into the recording video. But just think of that as a snapshot with notes. You have your play button, which will bring up the current report that you're working on, allowing you to play back your snapshots in your video. You have a folder button underneath that. That will bring up your report view. There's 2 or 3 different ways to bring that up, and I'll go into details on what you do in your reports later. Then you have your directional key in the middle, and in the center of that is a select key. That's for navigating through menus and making menu selections. Also, you should be familiar already with the menu key, or the menu or button up in the upper right hand corner of that section, and that is used for navigating around your menus and then getting back to this home screen. To the right of that, in the block of 6 on the right side, you have your light control, you have sound control, you have zeroing the counter control, you have your microphone on and off, You have your flip screen, and then you have your power. And remember, in that heads-up display on that CS1000 screen, you can see a lot of those icons, and you get good visual indicators of when those are on, like the light and the sound and the microphone. Okay, as we move on to video number 3, I'll go into a little bit more of a detailed explanation of how the concept of jobs work. For more information on the full line of Rigid products, visit the Rigid Forum at www.rigidforum.com. Here you'll find over 30,000 industry professionals who give reviews, answer questions, discuss tips and tricks, and just general information. If you scroll down, you'll find a section called Rigid Central, where all the products that have been launched in the last 2 years have a specific section where you can go in there and find information and discuss the products and even ask questions to the Rigid staff.